Sunnahfollowers, protectors of the Sunnah. Sunnahfollowers, protectors of the Sunnah.
Ina alhamdulillah wa salat wa salam ala wa rasulullah. Welcome to another session of our Tawheed class. And for the Tawheed class, we are studying the names and attributes of Allah. The only way that we will learn to love Allah is by learning the meaning of his names and taking those attributes and trying to apply them to our own self, our own makeup. And you hear a lot of people teach the names of Allah. You will see children singing nursery rhymes, naming the names of Allah. That's not how we learn them. To learn the names of Allah does not entail memorizing how to pronounce them or memorizing how to count them. It's about learning the meaning, memorizing what each and every name means, and then taking that meaning and applying it to your own character, your own makeup, your own manners and behavior. That's what's difficult. That is what's hard. But for those of us who do succeed in doing this, these are the people who truly understand what La ilaha illallah means. And these are the people that will enter into paradise. And so we've already taken 4 of Allah's names. Let me put them on the screen too. Get my PowerPoint. We've already taken 4 of Allah's names. We went over how Allah is Ar-Rahman, how Allah is El-Malik, how Allah is El-Quddus, okay, and how Allah is As-Salam. And what did we come up with? This is what we've come up with so far as incorporating these names into ourselves. We've learned that by taking these 4 names, we learn to help others, to help those who are in need, regardless as to their religious beliefs, their race, their culture, their color, or anything else. And when we hear of someone suffering around the world or sick, we pray for them and wish them well. We also do not go around holding grudges against others. And we learn to give others a second chance, because this is something that Allah does for us. We also learn by implementing these 4 names how to consume or make use of the gifts that Allah has given us here on earth. We learn to change our bad habits into good ones, and to make sure that we are responsible, that we care for those people or those creatures that are under our care. We hold ourselves accountable for any actions that we do, knowing that we will answer to the higher being. And also we learn from just the 4 names we went over so far that we should gather witnesses in life. Life is all about gathering witnesses that can vouch for what you say and do. And we learn to live each and every day of our life within the guidelines and the rules of Islam. Everything we say, everything we do, we have evidence and logical reasoning behind it. We make sure that the deeds we do are solely for Allah and not the people, because we understand it's all about pleasing Allah, not the people. And so we live each day surrounding ourselves with others who are like us as well. And finally, from those four names, we learn that life is all about fighting against our own desires. We want to try to make our own desires be in harmony with the law's laws, with the law's rules, with the law's guidelines. We learn to love and forgive for the sake of Allah, because this is something that Allah would want us to do. We make our own rules and guidelines in life to be in sync with the laws. And we try not to take life so personal. And we also live each day of our life not being abusive towards others, okay? Trying to uphold the rights of others and without transgressing the limits of Allah. And we learn from these four names that when it comes to our own trials in life, to accept that everything that happens, whether good or bad, is from the decree of Allah. And Allah does not place any burdens on us that we cannot bear. See, all of that from just those four names, from Ar-Rahman, Al-Quddus, As-Salam, and Al-Malik. See what we come up with just from those four names? Imagine to go over all 99 names. Can you imagine how long this list will be that we learn from those names? Can you imagine? We'll probably take me 2 hours to read what we come up with at the end of this class. Subhanallah. So that's what it's all about. When we learn the names of Allah, it's about learning the meaning of those names and how to implement the attributes of Allah into our own personal lives, our own personal makeups. And with that said, let me put the PowerPoint up on the screen, because today we're going to take another one of Allah's names, beautiful names, and try to figure out how it applies to, can be applied to our life. And let me put the name up. Here's the name for today. AlMuhaymin, 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 AlMuhaymin. Y'all see the name? AlMuhaymin, not Muhmin, is Muhaymin, Muhaymin, which means the believer. AlMuhaymin means the believer. What does it mean when we say that Allah is the believer? Well, that means that Allah is the one who gives truth, existence, and reliability of himself. Allah is AlMuhaymin. That means Allah is the one who gives true existence and reliability of himself. That's what AlMuhaymin, or the believer, means. You would say the believer is the one who believes in Allah. What does that mean, to believe in Allah? That means that we believe in his true existence. And we believe in the fact that Allah is only reliable in and of himself. That's what AlMuhaymin is. So now, understanding what the meaning of AlMuhaymin, or what the believer, means, how does Allah show this of himself? How does Allah show us in this world how he is the one who gives the truth of his existence, and how he is the one who proves, how does he prove to us that he is reliable only of himself? Who would like to start us off? And again, I'm doing screen share, so I can't see the screen. You guys are going to have to take the microphone in Zoom and speak. No typing. This is not a typing class. This is a class of speech. Okay? How does Allah show us in this world that he is in existence, that he does indeed exist, and that all reliability depends on him? How does he show us this? Who would like to start us off?
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
How Allah shows us that his AlMumin is that through his signs that he gives us every day. Like he gives us every sign that's there, like the trees, the earth, every sign that he gives us, it shows us through that. And he also shows how Allah, some people can Allah shows us like how some people can read the Quran, but they won't, believe in it. Allah is the one who can make like people, become Muslim by his signs. Yeah.
Okay, the fact that Allah can cause a seed to grow into a tree or a plant, or that a sperm can fertilize an egg and grow into a human. This is a sign of his true existence. And no other one can do this but he. Okay, the simple fact that a seed can be planted in the ground. Let me put it let me make it a little better. The fact that a seed can be planted in the ground and grow into a tree. Or that a sperm can fertilize an egg and grow into a human or animal. This is a sign of his true existence. Okay, good job. Let me make it a little smaller so we'll have more room on here. Okay, there. Okay, the fact that you can plant a seed in the ground and that seed grows into a tree, a big tree, or that a sperm can fertilize an egg and grow into a human or an animal. That's how Allah shows his true existence to us. Anyone else, any other ways in which Allah shows us that he is truly in existence and that he is the one to be relied upon? Go ahead.
Allah has allowed knowledge to come to the humans to take care of his creation for diseases and whatnot, for the mentally ill. Other than that, there wouldn't be any way of helping us to heal ourselves or heal to get mentally well, to get stable on this planet.
Okay, the fact that diseases and sicknesses come and then knowledge of a cure. Okay, the fact that diseases and sicknesses may come followed by knowledge of a cure. Okay, that's also a sign of Allah's existence, because knowledge and disease and sickness all come from Allah. Okay, so that's another way that Allah shows existence of himself. Okay, how else? How else does Allah show existence of himself?
Assalamu alaikum.
Okay, walaikum salam. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry. Okay, this is Nurto.
Okay.
Another way that Allah shows his existence would be, Allah is the one who wakes us up every day, and there's some people who don't wake up, so only he's the one who can do that.
Okay, only he can take the soul and cause death. Okay, that's another sign of his, well, but you know what? Something else, something more than that. Give us another one.
Assalamu alaikum.
I was going to say only Allah alone guides to the truth. Only
There you
He
go.
allows people to see the truth and hear the truth.
Okay, good one. Only Allah allows others to see and hear the truth. You know, we can talk about Islam just like myself. I can sit here and teach. I've been teaching on the internet since 1988. You know, how many people listen to me and say, okay, well, you know, accept the truth, and how many don't? I can sit here and preach till my heart turns gray. But unless Allah changes the heart of others, unless Allah guides others to Islam, then it's not going to happen. This is why, you know, it's a waste of time to think that you are going to sit there and be a dawah, you know, and think that you're going to make people convert to Islam. You can't make anyone convert to Islam, because only Allah is the one who guides to see the truth. Only He guides others to see and accept the truth. Okay, good one. Anyone? One more. We want to do 4. We all set the record for 4. 4 signs. So one more. Brother Ahmad, did you have one? Brother Ahmad?
Assalamu
Walaikum salam.
The way he controls the universe.
The way he does what? I'm sorry.
The way he controls the universe. Sunrise and sunrise and sunset.
How everything in the universe is governed and controlled only by Him. Okay, no one else can control the universe. No matter how much man tries to, man cannot make the sun rise. Man cannot make the sun set. Only He can make the sun rise and set, as an example. Okay? So let's see, we came up with 4 ways that Allah shows that He is AlMuhaymin. AlMuhaymin, the one who gives true existence and reliability of Himself. How does He show this of Himself? Well, the fact that you can plant a seed in the ground and that little seed grow into a large tree, or that a sperm can fertilize an egg and grow into a human or an animal. That's an example of how He is AlMuhaymin. Also, the fact that the sicknesses and diseases come, and then knowledge of the cures come. That's example as to how He is AlMuhaymin. Also, how He guides some to see and accept the truth and others not to. How He guides some to see and accept the truth and others do not. That's all an example of how He is AlMuhaymin. And also how everything in the universe is governed and controlled only by Him. For example, only He can make the sun rise, and only He can make the sun set. Man can't do that. That's another example as to how Allah is AlMuhaymin. He is the one who gives truth, existence, and reliability of Himself. Mashallah, these are 4 good ones that you guys have come up with. So now the next part, how can we take those 4 attributes of AlMuhaymin? How can we take those 4 attributes as to how Allah is the believer and apply it to ourselves? Okay, this is the hard part. How can we take those 4 attributes of AlMuhaymin and incorporate them or apply them to ourselves? Let me look on Facebook here and see what's going on. Okay, Sister Sauda. I know this is kind of hard for a lot of people. Sister Sauda, let's look at the first one that we came up with. The fact that a seed can be planted in the ground and in turn grow into a large tree. Man can't do that. So something makes it happen. It's Allah that does that. Or the fact that a sperm can fertilize an egg and grow into a human or an animal. Man can't do that. Allah does that. So how can you incorporate that attribute into yourself, Sister Saul? Think about the way that Allah it causes a seed to grow into a tree. We can't do that, but how can you incorporate that attribute of Allah to yourself? What do you think, Sister Sauda? Sister Rashida, you too. Sister Rashida, Sister Sauda. How can you incorporate that? By the way, Sister Sauda, Sister Rashida is one of the descendants of Jean Guiton. That's one of your people, Sister Sauda. Rashida is one of the descendants of Jean Guiton. Your Viking roots. How can we incorporate the fact that Allah can cause a seed to grow into a tree? How can you incorporate into yourself? Anyone on Facebook and anyone on Zoom? Zoom, you guys too. Come on, who can come up with something? Anybody? Walaikum salam. Wherever that is, go ahead. I can't see because I'm on screen.
Faiza, I was gonna say, just thinking and pondering the process of how a seed, sprouts or grows, and how a egg and a sperm merge, and the whole human process is formed, and just accepting that within your heart. That's what I was going to say.
Okay, but how can you incorporate that? I mean, that's something that Allah can do. Allah can cause a seed to grow. Allah can cause something to be. How can we incorporate that?
Well, the process of thinking about it.
Okay, come on. I'm trying. Okay.
The process of pondering how it all works. It's easy to just see it, but you have to process and think about it. That's where I was going.
Okay, yeah. Okay, the process of thinking how to develop something. Okay, that's what she's on the right way. Who can take it?
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Okay. The way I would incorporate this into myself is how as humans we grow in our faith, and like how some of us are stronger, after Ramadan we're better people. Would that be a way?
That's what I'm getting at. That's where she started, and that's where you taking it. Exactly. How can you incorporate the fact that a seed can be planted and turn into something beautiful? I will work to cultivate my knowledge and understanding. Wait a minute, what is that cat doing? Hey, stop tearing up my boxes. I got this cat and I'm packing up stuff and he's trying to tear stuff up. Karen, Jayla, get that cat away from these boxes. Them boxes cost $50. Okay, I'm sorry. I will work to cultivate my knowledge and understanding of Islam to the best that it can be. Good job. Is that where y'all was looking at it?
Yep.
That exactly. Allah can take a seed. You can take just a little bit of knowledge, a little bit of understanding of this deen, and work and work and work to make it become as the greatest understanding that you can. Oh, that cat, I'm gonna, hold on, guys. Karen, get over here. You stop tearing up those boxes. Come here. Get over here. Get over here. God, he's tearing up my boxes. Come here. He's bad. That's a bad cat. Okay, I will work to cultivate my knowledge and understanding of Islam to be the best that it can be. You know, we can't create a tree. We can't create a human being, but we can work to develop our understanding of Islam and cause it to become something of great benefit to us, guys. Does everybody understand that? So that's a great example of how you can take that first attribute, you know, and apply it to yourself. What about the second one? I'm gonna knock that cat down. I need some water to throw on him. The second one, the fact that disease and sickness comes, and then knowledge of a cure comes too. And only Allah is the one that can cause us to get sick. Only Allah can cause us to become healed. Sometimes medicine works and sometimes it doesn't. So the fact that Allah is the one that can cause us to become sick, and also he's the only one that can cause us to become healed, how can you incorporate that into that attribute into your life? People on Facebook, let's hear from y'all too. Okay, go ahead, whoever that was. Yeah.
That was me. When I was first diagnosed with the disease, an incurable one that I still have, my whole heart, soul, and mind went straight to my Creator, because I know that only He could help me in my life. He was either going to take my life or let me have my life. And
okay, so how are you incorporating that?
I accepted His decree for whatever was going to happen, whether medicines would help, whether there would be no help. Accepted Allah's within myself. And I became peaceful and happy. I wasn't afraid. I just accepted Allah's decree for me.
Again, like we talked about before in another name, we learn to take advantage of the resources that Allah has placed here for, okay, I'm sorry. What happened? Did the room reboot it?
No.
Was it just me? My internet, because my granddaughter's using all that power too. Okay, hold on, guys. We're using a lot of power here. She's uploading and downloading for her school, and I'm doing this. Okay, sorry, but y'all can still hear me and everybody can see everything, right?
We can't see.
Okay, wait a minute. But y'all can hear me. I'm getting ready to make it.
Now we can see.
Okay, hold on. She's using, that's why she couldn't get the cat. Wait a minute, hold on. He not jumped in the box. Cameron! Wait a minute, hold on. Get out of that box. yourself out of there. Get. No, you did not. Jayla, come get this cat out of here. He's tearing up the boxes I packed. Good Lord. Okay. Everybody can see. Okay, so we learn to take advantage of the resources that Allah has placed here for us on earth, knowing that sometimes they may work for us and sometimes they may not. Jayla, she's on that phone. Wait, let me text her to come get this cat. She got her headset plugged in and she's using her internet, but she don't hear me. Hold on, let me text her. Can you please come get this cat and put in your room? Because he's tearing up my boxes. Okay. You learn to take advantage of the resources that Allah has placed here for us on earth, knowing that sometimes they may work for us, sometimes they may not. While remaining in acceptance of his decree. Okay. Okay, so the fact that disease and sickness come from Allah and also the knowledge of the cure comes from him, how can you incorporate that? Well, you learn to take advantage of the resources that Allah has placed here for us on earth, knowing that sometimes they may work and sometimes they may not. So we accept his decree. Okay, and let's look at the third one. How does Allah show that he is AlMuhaymin? He also guides some to see and accept the truth, and others he do not. How can you incorporate that? Can you get that white cat? He's in there tearing up the boxes. Let him go in your room. Yeah, take him in there. Get in there. Go. Yeah, you don't yell back. Get in the room. Y'all hear him? He's gonna fuss about it. Get in the room. Did y'all hear him?
Yes.
No, I ain't going. Yeah, you're gonna go. Yeah, close the door so he can't come out of there with you. You're tearing up all my boxes I done packed up. You're gonna sit there and tell me no, he ain't going. Who do you think he is? That's I mean the Fresno's cat.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. Go ahead, Lucy.
In this one, we could, like you said, we give dawah, we talk to them, we explain the truth to them, but they will not accept Allah until Allah accepts them or they go to Allah for themselves.
Yes, but how do you incorporate that to yourself? Or you just explained that name, that meaning again, but how can you take the fact that only Allah is the one that guides and guides others to it, is the one that guides to acceptance of the truth? How can you incorporate that to yourself? And to how can you make yourself take on that attribute? Only Allah guides others to the truth. Only Allah guides to the truth. So how can you incorporate that within yourself?
For me, it was easy. I just studied and researched. I read books. I listened to speech. And right now I'm on Sunnahfollowers trying to learn more stuff.
Okay. That's okay. Anyone else?
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Since Allah is in control of our hearts, we should ask Allah to guide our hearts to accept and see the truth so that we don't get any doubt of his existence.
That's what I'm looking for. Exactly. Since Allah is the one that's in control of the heart, because truth lies in the heart. Truth lies in the heart. Truth lies in the heart. And only Allah is in control of the heart. So we ask him to keep our hearts straight upon his way. Does everybody understand? Because Allah is the one that guides. Oh, no one else can guide to the truth except him. That's why some people will be in paradise and so the other people will be in hell. So since only he is in control of that, then we need to make dua asking him, begging him to keep us guided upon the truth. That's what caused you to convert to Islam, Lucy. That's what caused most people to convert to Islam. You were seeking the truth. You were looking for the truth. You wanted to know the truth of Allah and his existence. Allah says those who are sincere in seeking the truth, he will guide you to it. So since you guys were sincere in wanting to know the truth, he guided y'all to it. Good job. Good job. Okay, let's look at that last one y'all gave. How does Allah show that he is AlMuhaymin? AlMuhaymin, through the way he governs and controls the universe. Only he can cause the sun to rise, and only he can cause the sun to set. No man can do that. No scientist can make the sun not rise or not set. How can you incorporate that into yourself? The people on Facebook, you guys are having a hard time with this? Walaikum salam. Who is that? Rayhana?
Yes, it's Sister Rayhana.
Good, good. Okay, go ahead. I was getting ready to call on you.
This makes me think about recently how Ramadan was ending and how everybody was looking for the moon. And it makes me think of how like Allah is in control and we can't go by calculations, whether Ramadan will end on like a specific day. We have to like go and see the moon, and sometimes it's not illuminated enough for us to see it yet. So that reminds us that Allah is always in control, even if we think that, you know, there'll be an eclipse this day or the moon will be sighted on a specific day. It's always up to Allah whether we see it or not.
Okay, so that's exactly, you explained it, but how can you apply that to yourself? How can you make yourself show that attribute of AlMuhaymin? Walaikum salam, whoever it is, go ahead.
This is Sarah.
Oh, Sarah, okay, mashallah.
I will try to, since I cannot control all the moon on the universe, but I can control my living environment, in control my action and my what to do, that I can do.
Say it again.
What I'm saying?
Yeah, say it again. You kind of rushed it, but I think you got it though. Say
As
it
a
again
human being, we can't control all the universe, and they think this is Allah's his attribute. But I can use it to control my actions, that I can control it, and also like my living environment in the community, we can set up a good environment that we can control doing that.
Good job. We cannot control the universe, Rayhan, but we can control ourselves. You okay? Our reactions to what goes on around us, to make sure that our reactions are pleasing to Allah. You get it now, Rihanna? You explained how Allah is the one that controls the happenings of the world, how Allah is the one that controls everything. We can't control the sun, we can't control the moon, but we can control ourselves and how we react in response to the sun, in response to the moon. We can control whether or not we worship that sun, worship that moon, or look at that sun and the moon as being signs of Allah and his existence. Y'all get it? So that's what's hard. You take the attribute, the meaning of the attribute, and apply it to yourself. You don't further describe Allah, because Rayhana, she just further described it. No, okay, you understand it, how Allah works. But how, the hard part is, how can you take how Allah works and apply it to yourself without trying to be Allah or thinking you are Allah? Because the unbelievers, most scientists think they are God, you know, because they are able to understand this or figure out that, or a lot of doctors will think that I am God. I hold your life in my hand. No. So when Allah is, we say that Allah shows how he is AlMuhaymin. AlMuhaymin. When you look around at the universe and see how only he is the one in control of the sun, the moon, the stars. How can you incorporate that to yourself? Well, I can't control the sun, moon, and stars, but I can control myself and my reactions to what goes on around me. And I can make sure that my reactions to life are pleasing to Allah. I'm not going to transgress Allah's limits. I'm not going to violate Allah's laws. Okay? I will not transgress Allah's limits, nor violate his commands and laws. I am in control of me. I am in control of me. You guys understand that? Because you can control yourself. Does everybody understand that? Powerful. Good job, Sarah. Powerful. 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 People on Facebook, are you guys lost? I want to ask the question. People on Facebook, I'm not getting, let me see. Okay, here's some answers from Sister Sakina.
Sister Layla.
Uh-huh.
I was thinking for the last one, I was thinking about taking advantage of the blessings during the day and taking advantage of the blessings during the night, meaning that during the day, Allah gives us the blessings to go to work, you know.
Yeah, exactly. That's another way. I will also take advantage of the blessings Allah sends during the night and day. Okay, good job. And I'm looking at Sakina. She said, don't worry about changing Allah's universe. Pray for protection and trust in him. Good job, Sakina. Don't worry about changing the things you cannot control. Instead, stay calm. Good job, Sakina. And trust in the higher being. Allah. Good job, Sakina. You go, girl. You finally got it, Sakina. MashaAllah. Look at how Sakina got that. Anybody else? MashaAllah. This was great. Let me move this up some more so I can make more room on here. Okay, then move this one up. Y'all know this.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
I'm going to try to give it a shot. So I was thinking that you might not be able to control outside, like the environment and stuff like that, but you do have some control over your children when they're little by governing over them, being an example of the way Allah governs over us, to set down his rule and guidance with them and be an example to be able for them to as well follow.
I will be an example to the others of Allah's creation. as to how to live in belief of him. Good job. You can add that to that. You cannot change the things you cannot control, but we can be an example to the others of Allah's creation as to how to live and believe in him. Everybody understand that? Now let's see what we got so far. These are now, we talked about the meaning of AlMuhaymin. AlMuhaymin, this means the one who gives truth, existence, and reliability of himself. And how does Allah show this of himself to us? He shows this of himself by allowing us to take a seed, put it in the ground, and that little seed can grow into a big, tall tree. Or a sperm can fertilize an egg and grow into a human or an animal. We can't do that. Only Allah does that. You can't help but believe in his existence because of that. Also, the fact that sickness and diseases come and go. They come and Allah will send a cure, knowledge of a cure or a remedy to them. That knowledge comes from Allah. That sickness comes from Allah. That disease comes from Allah. That shows his existence, his truth, his reliability. And also that Allah shows this of himself by guiding some to see and accept the truth and others not to. And also he shows this of himself through the way he governs and controls the universe. Only he can make the sun rise. Only he can make the sun set. So when you look at these signs of Allah, you can only say, Allah, he's AlMuhaymin, AlMuhaymin, AlMuhaymin. He's the one who gives truth, existence, and reliability of himself. We're surrounded by his truth. We're surrounded of his with his existence and his reliability. So now that we understand the true meaning of AlMuhaymin, how can we take these four attributes and incorporate them within ourselves? Because we're supposed to emulate the attributes of Allah. Well, we can work to cultivate our knowledge and understanding of Islam to be the best that it can be. We can learn to take advantage of the resources that Allah has placed here for us on earth, knowing that sometimes they may work for us and sometimes they may not. So we accept the outcome of his decree, whatever it may be. Also, truth lies in the heart, and only Allah is in control of the heart. So we ask him to keep our hearts straight upon his way. Also, as a human being, we cannot control the universe, but we can control ourselves and our reactions to what goes on around us to make sure that our reactions are pleasing to Allah. We will not transgress Allah's limits, nor violate his commands and laws. We are in control of ourselves. We will take advantage of the blessings Allah sends during the night and day and not worry about changing the things that we cannot control. Instead, we will remain calm and trust in the higher being. And we will be an example to others of Allah's creation as to how to live in belief of him. MashaAllah. Look at that, guys. That's the meaning of AlMuhaymin. You guys came up with that. You guys figured out the true meaning of AlMuhaymin. You hear people say all the time, the believer. What does it mean to be a believer? What does it mean to be a believer? All these things you guys put here. This is what it means to be a believer. To be a believer, we have to work on developing our knowledge, understanding of Islam. To be a believer in Allah, we have to learn to take advantage of the resources Allah has placed here for us, knowing that sometimes those resources may work, other times they may not, but we accept the outcome, no matter what it may be. Do you guys understand that part? We have the situation in Gaza going on right now as we speak. I've spoken today to 3 people who live in Gaza, 3 people, and they've sent me messages telling me everything is fine with them to make dua, that's it. They celebrated their Eid, while Americans, people in the West that don't live there, are rampant and raving and putting this filth on your Facebook pages. Those people celebrated their Eid. Yes, they did, and they had a good time. You have to understand, guys, Allah does not place a burden on anyone that they cannot bear. Those people grow up with this. What's going on today is part of their everyday life. They grow up in this type of an environment, so they're used to it. They can handle it. It's a part of everyday life for them. Okay? But so they carry on with their duties. They carry on with their obligations. They celebrate the Eid prayer, they fast, they pray, and they carry on sans arrêt because this is their lifestyle. Okay? They know that they cannot change the qadr of Allah. They know that everything that happens on this earth is because Allah willed it to happen. So since they cannot control the happenings of the universe, what they can do is control themselves and their reaction to it. And those people over there have a positive reaction. They think that you Americans, you people are crazy. And they always say, Sister Layla, ask your students if they were to change shoes with us, would they be strong like us? Would they be able to handle this? No, because that's why it ain't happening to us. Allah don't put a burden on you that you can't bear. So that's what I'm telling you, Muslims, stop being so emotionally distraught. Learn how to handle and accept the qadr of Allah. Everything that happens in this world, it's not because of Shaitan. It's not because of America. It's not because of the Israelites. It's not because of the Zionists. It's because Allah. Allah. Allahu Akbar. Allah AlMuhaymin. He decreed for it to happen. You guys understand that? You weak Muslims in the West, stop pointing your fingers at other people. And instead, go learn your deen. That's the message that 3 of my friends in Gaza sent. Go learn the deen. Their message was continue to seek knowledge from Sister Layla, the true knowledge of the Quran and the Sunnah, and apply it. Their message is to continue to learn the names of Allah like they have learned. They live it every day, and they're strong, they're resilient, and they're happy people. The people I talk to, they are in good spirits. Ramadan Mubarak, Layla. Did you get married yet? They think it's so funny I'm not married still. How's your old man doing? They think that's so funny. They always ask about my ex-husband. SubhanAllah. So, AlMuhaymin, the believer is one who may not be able to control the goings on around him. But what he can do is control his or her reaction to it. And they can control learning to accept the decree of Allah. Does everybody understand that? To not transgress Allah's limits, to not violate Allah's commands and laws, to take advantage of the blessings of each day. The three people I'm in contact with in Gaza, they say we take advantage of each day because we know that life is not a guarantee. They don't worry about the things they can't change. They just trust in Allah and they remain calm. And it's in submission of his decree. That's the word that three of my friends send to you guys who I've talked to today from Gaza, and they live there. They're right there handling. And they also told me to tell you, don't believe everything that you hear on media, on the news too. They told me to pass that to you too. Don't believe everything that you hear on the news. And be careful of the videos and stuff people post, because a lot of the things they post are from years ago. Just make dua for them. Continue to seek knowledge of Allah and his religion. That's it. AlMuhaymin. True believers. Remember the prophet said you'll go through the earth and only find a handful of true believers. Maybe that handful is right over there, celebrating their Eid amongst all the stuff that's going on, and still can find the time to tease Layla Nashiva about not being married still. Hello. True believers. Okay. All right. Mashallah, you guys did good. See how when you understand and my point with that is, you see how, guys, if we truly understand the meaning of Allah's names, we wouldn't act ignorant. We would be the good Muslims. You guys just put that together. And y'all just gave 4 examples. There's other examples we could have used as to how to incorporate AlMuhaymin into our lives. Y'all came up with just those 4. And look, y'all, the text messages and email I got from the 3 people here who live in Gaza, and also y'all remember Brother Zaman and them? You know, Brother Zaman's over there. Remember Brother Zaman used to be here, part of my website every day? That's what do y'all think Zaman did? He left California and moved back to Palestine. Okay. So we have people that we're in contact with too. And I'm telling y'all, calm down. Make do it for the people and continue on son sahet. This is part of their everyday life over there. They're used to that. They can handle that. Just pray. That's it. Accept the qadr of Allah like they're doing. Make them take every day. Live every day of this as if it were your last. Take advantage of the good things Allah has given us here, because life is not guaranteed. And continue on. That's their message. Continue on. Sans arrêt, as we say in French. That means without interruption. Continuez sans arrêt. That's the message from the people I know in Gaza. Okay. All right. So any questions on that name? AlMuhaymin. You guys understand how we did that? People on Facebook, what's the problem? You guys lost? Okay. Everybody good on Facebook? Sakina, good job. Let's look at the next name for today. We're going to take one more name. We did AlMuhaymin. How about this one? AlMuhaymin. AlMuhaymin. Let's read it in the Arabic. AlMuhaymin. AlMuhaymin. You see that sukoon? That's the long vowel. AlMuhaymin. AlMuhaymin. What does that mean in English? The guardian or the witness, the overseer. What is a guardian? What is a witness? What is an overseer? A guardian, a witness, an overseer. This is a person that guards, protects, and sees all. This is a person who supervises and manages everything. That's a guardian, a witness, an overseer. When we say that Allah is all of this, He is AlMuhaymin. AlMuhaymin, He sees all things, He supervises all things, He manages all things, and He guards and protects all things. That's the meaning of that. Now, the hard part. How does Allah show AlMuhaymin that He is the guardian, the protector, the one who sees and supervises and manages? How does He display this with us? How do we see this in our daily lives? How does He show this of Himself to us?
Assalamu alaikum.
Go ahead.
Sorry. He's our guardian, our witness. He is that because He sent angels to protect us through the night, through the day. They here to write down what we say so He can oversee what we do, and are we doing what He asks us to do?
He shows this by having the angels guard and write down everything we say or do. Anyone else? Anyone else want to add to that? You can say that. You can also say a lot more. What else? Anybody else want to add to that?
This is Nortel.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Wait a minute. Yeah. Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. I would say that He shows us by Allah guards like our oh my God, what was I trying to say? Oh yeah, Allah guards like all of our affairs. That's the way I would say it.
How does He guard your affairs? You got to explain how. How does He guard your affair? When y'all say, don't just say that, you got to explain how He does it.
Like He's the one who takes care of us. Like
how does He take care of you? How does He take care of you? You got to explain it.
By providing for me.
How does He provide for you?
Like
okay, the guardian, a person who guards, protects, sees all, supervises, and manages. You guys are going to tell me how Allah does all that. Okay, we got one example. He has angels write down everything we say or do. Okay, that's one way. Anyone else? Go ahead. Go ahead. Walaikum salam. I would have used something better than the angels, but go ahead. There's a lot of things ways you can go with this, guys. Go ahead.
How about the fact that He protects his allies by exposing those who are oppressive or those who are slandering them?
Okay, He exposes. Those who do evil unto others. That's one way that He guards and protects. He guards and protects by exposing those who do evil unto others. How else?
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
I was thinking like how he's the guardian of like a baby in the womb. Like if He wants that child to live, He has the angels guarding it, and if He doesn't want that child to live, then He tells the angels to leave.
We got that really with the first one. He showed us by having the angels guard and write down what we say you'll do. That's really like the first cap, something else besides angels. We already got the angels in here. He showed us by having angels guard what he would have them to guard and write what he would have them to write. So that covers the angels. Okay, so we already got the angels covered. Okay, Allah is the one who guards, protects, sees, and supervises and manages. He also shows it by exposing those who do evil unto others. What's another way that he guards, protects, sees, supervises, and manages?
Let me try.
Okay, hold on. Wait a minute, let me move this down. Let me move this down. Okay, there you go. Go ahead now. I move.
Okay. He protects his knowledge and his books. No one can change it or add it.
Oh. We don't really want you to show not what a certain thing. Allah protects more than just his book. He's the protector of everything. So you don't want to limit his powers to just one thing. You don't want to limit his ability to one thing. You want to make it everything because he's the one, he is the, El means the protector. That means he protects over everything. He guards everything. He sees everything. He supervises everything. He manages everything. So that's why I changed the first one to having the angels guard what he would have them to guard. That means everything. Write what he would have them to write. That's everything. He exposes those who do evil unto others. That's everyone. Because he also exposed people who do harm to the evil people too. Okay, so give me another one. A way that Allah shows that he is the guardian, the witness, the overseer. He is the one who guards, protects, supervises, and manages everything. Come on, guys, give me another one.
How about how he protects Islam, his religion? No one can take it down. No matter how hard people try to destroy Islam, Islam still stands.
That still falls in how he exposes those who do evil.
Okay.
Can it be the overseer over the universe?
We keep using the universe, but no, what does oversee mean? Okay, oversee means to supervise and manage. How does he you want to tell me how he supervises, how he manages? Y'all got to say how he does this stuff. We already know what he does. We know he manages the universe, but how? If y'all going to use that, you're going to tell me how he manages, how he supervises, how he protects.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
So I would say that the way he created us, we have our own natural protection, like our pigmentation from the sun. Animals also have protection too, like a skunk will spray. They have a natural instinct within themselves to protect themselves because Allah has created us that way. I would say that. And even if somebody comes and attacks us, he's given us our own natural instinct to be able to protect ourselves, even if we think that we're not able to, but we naturally are able to do it because he's provided that for us through his creation.
Okay, I'm trying to word it. He gives the ability for all his creation. I really don't like that one because that's really not AlMuhaymin. That's really not hitting on this name. When we talk about the creation, that's the creation. That's another name of Allah. When you talk about how he created us, that's a different name. This is AlMuhaymin, which is more of guarding, protecting, supervising, managing, not creating. So you're hitting on how he created us. No, that's a different name. This is how he guards, protects, supervises, manages. How does he show how he is the supervisor of everything in our life, how he manages? Okay, we did the angels. He has angels guard what he would have them to guard and write what he have them to write. Okay, Allah is the one that exposes those who do evil. And he reveals those who do good. We can put that in there. What else?
Allah created us upon the fitra.
Okay, remember, this is not creation. You're getting ready to go with another name. When you start talking about creation, that's another name of Allah. This is AlMuhaymin, the guardian. He's the one who guards. Guard means to protect, oversee, supervise, manage. You don't want to talk about how he creates. You want to talk about how he guards.
Okay, Sister Leila, when you said
I'm in
he
a class
exposed
right now.
those,
Can I call you back?
when you say
Turn your mic off, Anissa.
I did.
when you said that he exposed the evil,
Wait
the
a minute.
second one
Mute
is part
Anissa
of the.
so I hear her microphone.
I'm not talking to anymore.
Okay.
I got rid of that
Okay,
person.
All right. Is the second one part of the sees all or not?
The guardian is a person that is a guardian, is a person who protects, sees all, supervises, and manages. Okay, so with the second one, I can say he sees all good and he sees all evil. So he's one that exposes.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I was about to say something else, but it's part of the sees all, I guess.
Okay. Imagine guarding a guardian. I am your guardian. It's my job to oversee, to supervise, to manage. When you get married, your father is your guardian. What is your father's role? To protect, to oversee. Come on, guys, this is easy. I could go with this a lot of ways. How does Allah show that he's the guardian over everything?
I'm still trying to connect that Allah knows where we are at all times. That's something that we could not do. Only Allah could do that.
He knows where you are. Are we talking about where you are, or are we talking about guardian?
No. He knows my existence.
Okay, are we talking about, you still on creation? Is this named, is the word creation anywhere in this meaning? A guardian is a person who protects, who sees all, who supervises and manages. A guardian is not a person that creates. A guardian is not a person that knows your whereabouts. A guardian is a person who protects, sees everything, supervises, and manages. What does it mean to supervise? Y'all get a dictionary. Look up the word supervise. Look up the word manage. This is the one that y'all had a problem with before because the simple meaning of the words. You don't understand what it means to guard, to be a guardian. Okay, I want everybody to go to dictionary.com. Type in the word supervise and read to me what the meaning is. What does it mean to supervise? Somebody, because I don't want to put my screen down. You go to dictionary.com, type in meaning of supervise. What does it mean to supervise?
To observe and direct the execution of a task, project, or activity.
Do you see, Anissa, that has nothing to do with creation? So read it again, Faiza. Listen to the meaning of it.
To observe and direct the execution of a task, project, or activity.
There you go. That's what a guardian does.
So Sister Layla, I was thinking along the lines of Allah has written everything in his book, right? And he shares it to whom he wills. Like on Laylatul Qadr, he shares it with the angels. So with him having written everything, he has already written, I don't know what I was going to say.
Okay,
He
Sister,
manages it.
Sister Sauda, your answer is for the second part. Sister Sauda, we're not asking about how we're talking about a law, not you right now. So your answer has to apply to a law, not to you, not this part. The first part is, how does Allah show that he, not Sauda, that he is AlMuhaymin? Okay, listen to the description again. Read the description of supervise again, Faisal, so they can hear again. Listen to this. How does Allah, go on, Faisal, read it again.
To observe and direct the execution of a task, project, or activity.
How does Allah, not Sauda, how does Allah observe?
Direct.
Direct the execution of something. We're not talking about what you will do. How does Allah do that? Anyone? That should be, y'all should be able to do it now, since you know the meaning of supervise or manage. Read manage. Look up, go to dictionary.com and read the meaning of the word manage. Allah is also a guardian, also manages. He supervises and he manages. What does it mean to manage something?
To be in charge of.
Hello. To be in charge of. Come on, guys.
So he's in charge of creation. He's supervising it. He's overseeing it.
Exactly.
At all times.
Exactly. Exactly. So if he's in charge of the creation and supervising, then what does that mean?
He's the head honcho.
Yeah, but what does that mean? He's the one that determines what will happen and not happen. That's his qadr. Now do y'all see how everything relates to qadr? Do y'all see how in order to be a true believer, you have to believe in the qadr of Allah. Allah is in the guardian. He's the one that determines what will happen. A guardian determines whether or not you can get married. The guardian determines what will and will not happen. The guardian supervises how it will be carried out. Your father tells you how this marriage will go. You guys get it? So how does he show this AlMuhaymin? He determines what will and will not happen in our lives. He determines what our reaction will be. Well, no, you choose your reaction, but he determines what? You choose your actions, but what does Allah have to do with it? He determines what the consequences, exactly, what the consequences.
And rewards.
Yeah, well, what the consequences. It could be a reward, it could not. He determined what the consequences of the choices made in life will be. Y'all understand? Allah doesn't make the choice, but he already knows what your choice will be, and he determines what the consequence will be, whether it'll be a good consequence or a bad one. So that's 3, AlMuhaymin. How does Allah show that he is the guardian over all? A guardian is one who sees, supervises, and manages all things. Well, he does this through his angels. He have the angels guard whatever he would have them guard. That's a weak answer. I wouldn't have given that, but that's what y'all came up with. And he have them write down. I would not have taken this to the angels at all, to be honest. I really wish y'all could replace that with something better. Okay. Also, he exposes those who do evil and reveals those who do good. A guardian does that. A guardian exposes and reveals. And also a guardian determines what will happen and not happen. A guardian determines the consequences of the choices made. What else, guys? Give another example. One more. One more. Take it on manage. Look up the word manage. What does manage mean? And give me an example how Allah manages.
He's a witness, he's a guard, he protects.
Look up the
He
word
helps.
manage. Read the meaning of the word manage again, Faiza. This is so easy.
To be in charge of.
How does the law show that he's in charge of something here?
He's the only one that gives lives and takes it away.
We keep using that, something different.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Can I say Allah set up the ruling to make sure the human can got their rights, their freedom, whatever. He set up ruling so that everyone have their own rights. So he's the guardian for us.
Okay, he sets rules and guidelines to the betterment of man. We could say that. That's what a guardian does. A guardian sets rules. A guardian sets guidelines to the betterment of what they are representing, or what of whomever they are protecting. Your guardian, your father, he sets guidelines that must be met in order for you to be married, for anyone to even be entertained for marriage. Okay, so let's see. These are the four y'all came up with. I really don't like this first one. I wish y'all, let's change it because that's weak. The first one appears like the angel. Show me how Allah is not even in need of those angels. How does Allah show that he is AlMuhaymin? How he is the one who guards, protects, sees all, supervises, and manages. One more, guys. I don't like that angel one because that's too weak. It can be cut down. That stupid cat, he's in there fighting her. How does the law show? One more, guys, that he is the one who supervises. Anyone? Come on.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. Go ahead.
Yeah, I can say by saying, like, if Allah wants something to happen, he can just say be and then it's be.
Okay, we got that one for number 3. He's the one that determines what will happen or not happen. We already got that one.
Okay.
Well, to look at number 3, this second part is another answer in and of itself. Let me put it here. He determines what the consequences. The consequences. He determines what the consequences of the choices made. Okay, there it is. That was 2 answers in one. We can make that one answer. Okay, let's look at it. Allah is AlMuhaymin. AlMuhaymin. That means he is the guardian. What does it mean to be a guardian? A guardian is one who guards, protects, oversees all, supervises everything, manages everything. Well, how does Allah show that of himself with us? Number 1, he determines what the consequences of the choices made in life will be. Number 2, he exposes those who do evil, and he reveals those who do good. Number 3, he is the one that determines what will happen and not happen in our lives. He determines what okay. Okay, what will happen and what will not happen in our lives. And number 4, he sets rules and guidelines to the betterment of man. This is what a guardian does. This is what Allah does. This is what makes him AlMuhaymin. So now, looking at those 4 examples of this beautiful name of Allah, how can you, yeah, let him out now. I hear. Yeah, he's a bad cat. I'm gonna, yeah, he make what he tear up stuff in your room.
He was climbing on that TV in there, not the big TV, my TV. I couldn't watch TV. He kept scratching the TV screen. And
Karen! Karen!
I don't like that cat.
I'm sick of him too. I don't know what I'm gonna do about it. And the more packing I do, the more he tears up these boxes. And I don't
Sister
care.
Layla,
Yeah.
I was thinking about this, how Allah is the one who supervises and manages. I was going to say he appoints or assigns jobs and roles to people.
That's even better. He appoints or assigns. Can we keep
Jobs or
using?
not even to people, to angels, whatever. He's the one that assigns jobs and roles. Does that make sense?
That's even better. Yeah. Okay, that's better than what we had before. Yeah, he appoints and assigns jobs and roles to the betterment of man, or for the betterment of man, or for the betterment period, because he controls everything. For betterment. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. That cat is just being annoying today. I don't know what his problem is. I'm about to do something. Okay, so look at this, guys. Let's look at it again. Allah is AlMuhaymin. He's a guardian. A guardian is a person that sees everything, supervises everything, manages everything. Allah shows this of himself by, number 1, determining what the consequences of choices made in life will be. He also does this by exposing those who do evil and revealing those who do good. He also does this by determining what will happen and will not happen in our lives. And he also does this by appointing and assigning jobs and roles for betterment. Good job. That's much better, guys. Much better than that angel stuff, too. Okay, so now, how do we, or how can we as Muslims incorporate these 4 attributes into our personal life? Let's start with the first one. Allah determines what the consequences of the choices made in life will be. How can you incorporate that without thinking that you are Allah? How can you incorporate determining what the consequences of the choices made in life will be? How can you incorporate that into yourself? Now, Sister Sauter, now you will take the answers given and speak how you can apply them to Sauter now. Now it's about what you can do. Now that you understand what Allah can do, Sister Sauter, now tell us what you would do. How would you apply determining consequences made in life into yourself? Anyone?
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
I was gonna say, I can do that by holding myself accountable or just thinking about the repercussions of the choices that I make.
Good job. Hold myself accountable before and after I do a deed, and think about what the consequences of the choices I make may be. Good job. See how she did that, Sister Sauter? She can hold herself accountable before, and we talked about that during Ramadan too. Hold yourself accountable before and after you do a deed. And always think about the consequences, what the consequences could be for the choices you make. Good job. Anyone else? What about number 2? Allah exposes those who do evil and he reveals those who do good. How can you incorporate that into yourself? Good job, Melium.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam. Go ahead.
Okay, I was gonna say, I'm about to forget the question. Who exposes those, he exposes those who do evil and he reveals those who do good. And keeping this in mind, which
how could you apply it to you?
How it would apply to me?
Yeah,
was
how you
that
can
I
apply
would,
that. Yeah.
I would remember. I know I would have to remember that Allah sees what is revealed and what is concealed, and that nothing is hidden from Allah.
There you go. Nothing escapes the knowledge of Allah. He sees, good job, everything I do in secret and in open. Good job, Sabrine. Okay, third one. How about the third one? Allah is the one who determines what will happen and not happen. How can you incorporate that into yourself? What do you guys think?
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, Atif.
Would it be to that we would try to understand and know that things are predetermined before?
There you go. Where you been?
I've been listening.
You should have been participating. You're the teacher here.
I know.
And by
I'm
the
sorry.
way, somebody send Pasha a message telling her to say the Pashimas or the hijabs when I'm done with class. Tell her I'll be done in about 10, 15 minutes. I know that's where some of y'all at on Pasha. Tell her that I'll be joining in 10, 15 minutes to say those Pashimas if she got any for last. Somebody just send her a text message. Okay, I know that everything is predetermined by Allah, including my outcome. Okay, good job, Latifa, very good. What about that last one? Allah appoints and assigns jobs and roles for betterment. How can you incorporate that?
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
How about that that I respect my leaders and listen to them?
Exactly.
Yeah, basically.
I respect the people of authority. And not rebel against them. This is something that Allah commands us to not do anyway. Exactly. Okay, let's look and see what we come up with so far. Allah is AlMuhaymin. He's the guardian. He's the one who sees all, supervises everything, manages everything. He does that. He shows that to us by determining what the consequences of our choices will be. Also, he exposes our evil and also reveals our good. He determines what will happen and not happen in our lives. And he appoints and assigns jobs and roles for betterment. So how can we incorporate those four attributes of AlMuhaymin into ourselves? Well, we can hold ourselves accountable before and after we do a deed and think about the consequences of the choices we make in life. We can also remember that nothing escapes the knowledge of Allah. He sees everything we do in secret and in open. We know that everything is predetermined by Allah, including our outcome. And we live our lives respecting the people of authority and not rebelling against them. MashaAllah. That's AlMuhaymin. That's AlMuhaymin. You guys see that? If we can incorporate that into our makeup, look how strong we'll be. And just to incorporate the two things, we talked about two of Allah's names, two meanings of names of two of Allah's names. AlMuhaymin. Wait, let me move this out the way. Okay. AlMuhaymin and AlMuhaymin. We learned today that to implement these two names, we will work to cultivate our knowledge and understanding of Islam to the best that it can be. And we learn to take advantage of the resources that Allah has placed here before us on earth, knowing that sometimes they may work for our betterment and other times they may not. So we accept his decree, whether it's good or bad. And we also understand that truth lies in the heart and only Allah is in control of the heart. So we ask him in our daily prayers to keep our hearts straight upon his way. As a human being, we cannot control the universe, but we can control ourselves and our reactions to what goes on in the universe and make sure that our reactions are pleasing to Allah. We will not transgress Allah's limits nor violate his commands or laws. We are in control of ourselves. So we will take advantage of the blessings Allah sends to us during the night and the day and not worry about changing the things that we cannot change. Instead, we'll stay calm and trust in the higher being, which is Allah. And doing this, we will become an example to others of Allah's creation as to how to live in belief of him. And also we will hold ourselves accountable before and after we do any deed and think about the consequences of our choices. We will remember that nothing escapes the knowledge of Allah. He sees everything we do in secret and in open. Everything is predetermined by him, including our outcome. And we live each day respecting ourselves and respecting the people of authority and not rebelling against ourselves nor the people of authority. Subhanallah. See that? All that from just those two names. What do you guys think about that? That's
powerful.
Pretty powerful, isn't it? Now do y'all see? And this is how people are supposed to teach this class. You will not find any other daya in the West teaching this class like this. You find them going over the names in Arabic, breaking it down in the Arabic language, and then they go into this long description of what it means, but they never have you apply it to yourself. This is how the Prophet taught the companions the names of Allah. He didn't sit there and say El-Qudus and sing a song. He would break the name down just like I did. And he would sit there and go around the room to every companion and ask them how they could incorporate the meaning of that name into their life. That's why they are the best of this nation. That's why those first three generations of Muslims out-trump any other people ever created, because they understood how to implement the meaning of Allah's names into themselves. That's what I want you guys to do. Because if we did this, we wouldn't be on social media crying and going crazy about what's happening in the world around us. We would know that it's something that we can't change because Allah is the one that made it happen, not the Zionist, not the Jew, not America. Allah made it happen. And we accept Allah's decree and learn from his decree and try to live to our betterment with it. I know Daya who ain't even teaching. You supposed to be all that in a bag of chips. Do you know how many people done stopped speaking, stopped teaching? They're all going through this mourning period. My classes are still going on, all 10 of them. And I'm teaching y'all how to handle what's going on in Gaza. I'm giving you the tools, the real weapons that you need to handle what's going on. This is what the other Daya need to be doing here in the West. And I keep saying the West because there are people like me in the East, guys. Why do you think those people in Gaza are so resilient? They got female teachers like me over there, and they got male men teachers like me over there. They love me over there in that part of the world. I told you guys, I'm only hated here in the West. In the Arabic countries, they love me. Okay? Because I'm teaching the truth. And they always say, we wish we could speak like you so we could do it too to the West. The West need to listen to you. My followers are my 20 people and the people from those Muslim countries in the Middle East. But this is something you don't hear here in the West. Instead, you got people in the West trying to arouse your emotions, to get you all emotionally upset, think the world is coming to an end, and oh Lord, to hate America, hate this people, hate that people, hate, 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 hate. Get a life. Okay? Learn to hate what Allah hates. And only what he hates. He hates a coward. He hates terrorists. He hates people that go around inciting and playing on the weakness of others. That's what Allah hates. He loves people who are strong. He loves the truth. He loves resilience. He loves for a person to deal with a hardship and come out a winner. That's what he likes about the Christians. Even though the Christians don't believe in him, he likes the fact that they can bounce back after a hardship. He likes the fact that they don't allow others to oppress them. He likes the fact that they help each other, even though they don't believe in him. And that's why he continues to allow the rain to fall, the seeds to grow, even though most people in the world don't believe in him, because most people in the world are Christians. There are more Christians than there are anyone. Even though they don't believe in him, Allah still sends the rain to support, because he likes certain qualities about them that we Muslims don't have. We can't handle hardship. We do not overcome our oppression and bounce back. We're too busy licking our wounds and feeling sorry for ourselves and pointing the fingers, blaming others for the qadr of Allah. Look at your social media pages, and you call yourselves scholars. You call yourselves learned men. You call yourselves learned women. You boast and brag about all those kafir college degrees you got. And you still don't understand that nothing happens unless Allah wills it. And that only he can change it, not you. You're not too educated, are you? All right, we're going to stop right here for today. I want you guys, I know that I am not popular. I am one of the most hated Daya in the West, and I become more hated each day. I understand. That's life. They hated Jesus. They hated the Prophet Muhammad. They hated Abraham. They hated my husband, Moses. Oh, God, did they hate my man. But that's okay. I love him. And he loves me. I know he does. And he's waiting on me. I know he is.
Alhamdulillah.
So I want you sisters and brothers who are listening to me, because we're going through some trying times. I want you guys, I don't ask you to do nothing, but please share me on your Facebook pages. I know y'all share a lot of these other famous men speakers and these women speakers who don't speak about nothing. They're not teaching you anything about la ilaha illallah. They just talk really nice and they smile and they make you feel good because, my God, they don't yell. They're so calm. Well, forget about them because they're not going to help you in that grade. And most of them are innovators too. I wish y'all would Google them. Start Googling and reading about those people y'all got on y'all Facebook pages. Bunch of innovators. Lord have mercy. Don't even understand that a woman can't lead a man in prayer, most of them. But anyway, please share me on your Facebook page because I would rather have the Muslim world listen and hear me, because this is how they can learn to handle what's going on over there in Gaza without transgressing the limits. They're hearing all these other lectures based on hate and blaming the Kafir, blaming America, blaming the Jew, and blaming Israel. All that dumb, stupid hatred, political garbage that ain't got nothing to do with Islam. Because Allah is the one in control, not Israel, not America, not the Arabs. Allah, ain't nothing gonna happen until he AlMuhaymin. He's the governor, he's the guardian, he's the overseer, he's the supervisor, he's the one that manages everything that's happening in this world. When the Muslims understand that, only then will Allah take away his punishment. But I'm here to tell y'all, the prophet already said they're not going to understand. The true believers will be only a handful. It's going to keep getting worse. I want everyone listening to me to be of that handful. The people listening to me to be of that handful, so that should I die today or should I die tomorrow and the Mahdi comes, they declare war against Islam, because it's going to happen. We don't know when, but when the United Nations signs that treaty, that agreement to declare war against Islam, I want those handful of people to be descendants of my lectures. People who have listened to me and learned from me how to trust in Allah, how to believe in Allah and his names, and how to implement them so they remain calm and resilient like those people over there in Gaza, calm and resilient, who's celebrating the Eid as we speak, making fun of Layla because she ain't married yet. The brother that texted me today, you still ain't married? What happened to your old man? Hello? That's how resilient they are. You know, I would love to be in my grave and I'm getting blessings because Layla, you did teach the truth. You were one of the few daya that taught the people what it truly means to believe in Allah and how to handle themselves in calamities. So please share me to your Facebook pages, guys. I know y'all sharing all them other speakers who ain't about nothing, but please put Layla there. You'll get the reward too for sharing me. All right. Okay, we're going to stop right here for today. I want to remind everybody that we have the Hadith class tonight at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also tomorrow, we have the Sunnahfollowers kids. Please, guys, bring your children here at 2 p.m. so they can learn Hadiths and their meaning, and also learn about the prophets of Allah. So please bring your children and your neighbors' kids. Try to fill it up tomorrow for the Sunnahfollowers kids, okay? So I'm getting ready to close out on Facebook, but we are live here on the Zoom. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.